first task of the day is watering my 5-year-old snake plant. It has completely outgrown this old repurposed tin can. Afterward, I try to get some exercise. I do a few push-ups and try to jump rope. I have to admit, my technique is terrible and I trip quite a bit, but I don't mind. Breakfast these days is simply a hot cup of cocoa and a good book. Since quitting my job, the heavy, invisible rush that used to sit on my chest is gone. For the first time in years, I feel truly unhurried. After breakfast, it's time to study. The summer heat in Vietnam is already starting to peak, and my bedroom upstairs turned into a bit of an oven by mid-morning. So I decided to migrate my entire workspace down to ground floor. My setup here is very modest. It's a big cramped, consisting of 3 simple things. The first one is my simple folding table. This is a portable lamp. And last but not least, my ergonomic chair that I invested in a while ago. This little table has these incredibly sharp corners that constantly scratch my knees when I shift around. Right now, my biggest priority is brushing up on my Mandarin. In my hometown, being able to speak Chinese is a huge advantage for engineers because of all the new foreign factories. While I was deeply focused on my characters, a very familiar sound echoes through our alley. It is the call of the Dong Nat, the local scrap buyers who cycle through Vietnamese neighborhoods to collect recyclable. I quickly called her over. In our house, I always separate our trash into organic waste, general waste, and recyclable. I handed her a stack of old books, some cardboard, and a bag of empty cans. Interestingly, many people don't know that these tin metal cans are often melted down in traditional craft village to forge incredibly durable tools, like this heavy aluminum mortar and pestle my family used in our kitchen. Today, I made 20,000 dong from my scrap. It's less than $1, but in the spirit of slow living, there's a profound joy in knowing nothing goes to waste. Around 9 a.m., I took my little 20,000 dong profit and headed to the supermarket. Going grocery shopping by myself is one of my favorite hobbies. I love wandering the aisles without rushing. Being unemployed means I'm on a strict budget, so I always hunt for clearance items. They are usually close to their expiration dates, so I have to check them carefully. But the savings are completely worth it. While browsing, I bought myself a little tuna onigiri wrapped in seaweed as a mid-morning snack. Then I picked up some beef, some tomatoes, and dragon fruit. Then I headed to the bakery corner. It has the nicest smell in here. Every time I go to the supermarket, I always buy at least a bread. Today, I am making minced beef in tomato sauce. It's my younger sister's absolute favorite dish. I fry the shallots first until they release their fragrance, then sear the beef until it's carved up and browns. I add the chopped tomatoes and let the pan simmer on low heat until the tomatoes melt into a rich, thick sauce. Our lunch today was just this beef paired with a simple vegetable soup. Humble, simple, and delicious. With a full stomach, I dedicated the early afternoon to deep cleaning. There is a very famous Vietnamese proverb that goes, Nhà sạch thì mát, bát sạch ngon cơm. It translates to, a clean house feels cool, and a clean bowl makes the meal taste delicious. When my physical environment is cluttered, my mind feels heavy. So I swept the entire house, cleaned my room, and got down on my knees to scrub the bathroom floor until the tiles shined like new. Cleaning is surprisingly meditative to me. It's a simple task with an immediate visible reward. By the time the house was spotless, my mind felt clear, focused, and ready to face the daunting part of the day, the job hunt. At 2 p.m., I rode out to my first interview. It was at a Chinese manufacturing company about 10 kilometers from my house. The industrial park was vast, organized, and very clean. Standing outside the gates, I saw many other people my age, holding their resumes, waiting just like me. I had to fill out a paper application with my work experience and skills. It had been a long time since I last interviewed, and the vulnerability of asking for a job is truly nerve-wracking. By 4 p.m., I was at my second interview at a Taiwanese company, about a 20-minute drive away. This factory was on a much larger scale, and the waiting room was packed with applicants. Looking around at the competition, I felt a wave of anxiety and also a deep sense of hope. I really hope I pass this one and finally secure a job that doesn't require me to work night shifts. By the time I got home, I was completely drained. I headed straight for the bathroom. There is absolutely nothing more refreshing than a cool shower after a long, stressful summer day in Vietnam. It felt like washing off all the anxiety and tension of the interviews. So after dinner, I took a quick stroll. It's so quiet out here in the countryside at night, way less crowded than the city. I headed home around 10 p.m., and honestly, the heat is unbearable. I have this heavy-duty misting fan, but it's doing absolutely nothing against the 38-degree oven that is my room right now. I was so desperate, I wiped my mat with a wet cloth so my back wouldn't burn when I lie down. And I even sprayed water all over the windows, which did absolutely nothing. I promised to myself, the second I land a job, an air conditioner is my first purchase. Unemployment is a journey of highs and lows. Some days you feel free, other days you feel terrified. Thank you for spending this day with me. I will see you all in the next video.